Hello, Leo, and welcome to Soul Guidance with Adriana. I have an intuitive reading for you today that will help you on your path at this point. I will also be doing an extended reading for you at the end of this one. The link will be in the description below. So if the messages are resonating and you'd like to see what comes up further, please follow me over there. Okay, to start, you know what? I'm just going to start with my other deck. Okay, Leo, we're starting at the end. We're starting at judgment, okay? What it feels like this card is saying is it's really time to make a choice. It's almost like Custer's last stand here, that it's time to make a stance, that you can't kind of pussyfoot around the truth or pussyfoot around a decision anymore. It's really time to just say, okay, line in the sand, this is what I'm doing, this is what I'm not doing, and just kind of be done with the decision. It's feeling like there's been a lot of waffling, a lot of kind of back and forth, like I'm not sure what to do, maybe I should do this, maybe I should do that, maybe I should, and the point is that just decide. Your soul is likely pulling you in one direction, and usually we can tell, there's two ways we can tell the soul direction. One is either it feels easy and it feels natural, and it's just like, well, of course I would choose this. Why? I can't choose anything else. Or it is the path of most resistance. So I know those are very two different things, but sometimes what the ego is so uncomfortable to do is exactly what the soul wants you to do. All right, so as we go, let's see if we can get a little bit more clarity about that. Okay, now we're going to pull an animal. Okay, Chameleon Change. Asking you to really take hold of your power, take hold of your personal power, and be unafraid to involve this personal power in your decision. Okay, this is where I believe we're going along the lines of it feels uncomfortable. I know I should do it. I don't want to do it. This is just saying, okay, but if I'm feeling uncomfortable and my soul is pushing me in that direction, then I need to do it, and I need to be willing to be flexible enough to allow myself that opportunity. There's another message about flexibility in this card for you, Leo. That once you make, it's kind of like everything in its right place, once you make that final decision and you say, you know, here's what I need to do, here's where I go, then all of these different possibilities start to show up for you. So it may look like you're kind of boxing yourself into a corner, but these two cards together are saying that no, actually going one direction is going to open up more possibilities for you. Okay. Another message for Leo, please. Ten of Wands, the Moon, Father of Feathers. Okay. So again, Leo, we have this theme of you needing to make a decision. Our Father of Feathers is very similar to the hawk on the Judgment card. Can you see that? It's just the hawk on this card has decided to move, and on this one he's moving. This one he's made the decision that he needs to move. Okay, but I feel like there's something else coming through. There's a lot of confusion around your path right now. There's a lot of confusion about which way forward. You're being caught off guard by some really unexplained and quite irrational emotions that just keep cropping up for you, especially when you're stressed out, especially when you're overwhelmed. But it's like these emotions don't make any sense, and you're finding it's very hard to take any action regarding them. This is the kind of emotion that hits you so strong that you don't know what to do. Usually when emotion hits you, you know what to do. It's like, okay, I feel sad, so I'm going to go and do this, or I feel angry, so I'm going to go and do this. This is kind of like the emotion comes in, and it's coming in from a lot of different ways. It almost feels like a mist or a fog kind of starting to roll in, and then all of a sudden you're like, wait a second, how did I get here? this is not a very in-your-face emotion. It just seems like it's coming from all these different places and places that don't make sense. And like I said, it is triggered by stress. And so the confusion right now is, do I leave this emotion? Do I leave this place where I'm feeling emotion? Do I take action because of this emotion? It's like I don't know what to do with this emotion here. I don't know how to handle it. Oops, someone just fell out. Who just fell out? Okay, the star. So we've got some healing that needs to happen. Let's get a message on that, please. Okay. All right, we've got 10 of Pentacles, 7 of Cups, 4 of Swords. Now, Leo, you really are pulling yourself off of your own sense of center, your own sense of balance here. Our 10 of Pentacles is talking about wholeness and talking about when you're whole, you are truly connected to your higher guidance, your soul, and your direction. There's just like this from heaven to earth, earth to heaven. It's this connection that just is very unified and very easy to navigate. It's like the ladder, you know how to go from one rung to the next, to the next, to the next. But for some reason, because of the way these emotions are affecting you and affecting your ability to make judgments, you've just kind of pulled yourself off. You've pulled yourself back. And because you've pulled yourself away from these emotions, away from understanding and feeling them and just sitting with them, because you've pulled yourself back, there's more and more that is going by unnoticed in you. There's more and more coming up. It's a weird thing. It's almost like you're trying to push them away, but the more you're trying to push them away, the more they're coming up. And the more they are kind of pulling you off. There can be a lot of fantasy and delusion in these energies here with these two cards. And it's funny because in both of these spreads, they've appeared in the middle. It's kind of like the central focus of the problem right now are these emotions that are just not contained, they're not making sense, and they're out of control. So, your star fell out, which is saying to you, Leo, it's okay to just sit back and embrace these emotions, allow them to flow, and allow yourself to be a lot more present with them. Right now, you're trying to contain them, you're trying to kind of put them into something manageable, put them into a box, put them into just a structure, because you're like, I can't go through my life like this, pulled off in these weird directions. But the star is saying, what if you just let go? What if you just let go of trying to hold them in a certain way? What if you kind of just let yourself fall to pieces? What if you let yourself really feel how deep these emotions are? And this is we have to be really careful with this energy and with this card here, because this is not about indulging in your emotions. This is not about going histrionic and crying and throwing furniture. And you can do that if that's how you want to express them, but this is about holding space for your emotions so that they can just flow. And that, Leo, requires attention, it requires finesse, and above all, it requires the deepest self-love. Okay, because basically what you're saying to yourself is, I'm giving you space to feel whatever you want to feel. I'm not going to judge you, but I'm just going to let you know that you're loved in this. And then you just kind of let yourself cry, and you let yourself go, and you let yourself feel the things that are coming up as really resistance to where you're trying to go, Leo. If you're really able to sit and get quiet with yourself, you know that there's a direction you need to go, and there's all of these emotions are coming up as resistance. That's all. There's really no significance to that. You're not going crazy. You're not needing to check yourself in somewhere. It's just the amount of resistance that is coming from you towards your path is very strong. And it's doing a great job of distracting you because it's pulling you off into these strange emotional corridors. Okay, but once you just sit there and you turn around and you face this emotional phantasm, would that be the right word? It's like a ghost almost. Once you face it down and you say, all right, if you're really trying to get my attention, I'm going to pay attention to you. What are you trying to tell me? And you hold space for it, you're going to just see it's poof, it just goes away. Okay. All right, Leo, I'm going to continue to draw cards for you and pull some messages through, ask for messages to come through. If you'd like to follow me over to that reading, the link is in the description below, and I will see you there. Wishing you so much peace and healing on your journey.